I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something, if I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
Autumn is right there. Stop, both of you.
I don't care. She could just give me my phone. She could just.
She's literally fucking crying. I don't want to fucking hear.
She could just give me my phone.
Okay, let's stop right now because she's freaking crying.
She don't care. I don't care.
Autumn, do you not see? Do you not see her?
She doesn't care.
Okay, well maybe you should be the bigger man.
Give me my phone.
Alex,
Give me my phone.
Tigger,
Give me my phone.
Do you not see Autumn crying?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did you
Stop.
do
I'm
that?
not doing that.
Yes,
She
you did.
dropped. She dropped. She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
get off of me,
Give me
Tigger.
my phone.
See, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone. Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get off of her now! Mr. Tigger!
Baby, when I tell you the streets of Atlanta, the streets are talking. The streets are talking. And when I say they are saying that Mr. Tigger had something in that phone, mic check 1, 2, 3, that the Mr. Tigger had something in that phone that he did not want to surface to the point that Mr. Tigger, listen, I always tell y'all, listen, we don't just look at what's in front of us. We have to figure out the who, the why, the what, the when, and the where. And if we're going to cover this thing, we got to cover it from top to bottom, inside out. Let me just say this. When a man will wrestle you down, whether you like somebody or not, when a woman will wrestle you down to the floor for the phone, I know all of y'all didn't walk away and say, you can't tell me that you stopped at, just give him his phone back. And if so, you can't hang out with me, right? Listen, when a man will go that far, now keep in mind, this is a separate incident. What do you mean? Listen, Mr. Tigger had a lot going on in his house. Big Tigger had a lot going on in that home, according to court documents, according to some of the sources in Atlanta. Now, I didn't know then what I know now, but I had a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that whatever was in that phone had way more to do than a co-host. And when I tell you, you guys, they went to court. Okay, we got some of the court documents. And court testimony hints that Big Tigger's phone may have held some of Atlanta's biggest secrets, according to court testimony. Now, we're working on getting the transcripts before they seal this thing up. Now, if y'all can beat me to the transcripts, get the transcripts. But according to the transcripts and based on witness testimony, listen, pull up a seat. I might need a glass of wine after this. They say Mr. Tigger was allegedly involved or the altercation, the confrontation. Let me just say that. Let me be very careful to say allegedly because I was not there in the courtroom. But if we can get the transcripts, if they release them and they don't seal them, allegedly, Mr. Tigger, Big Tigger, may have had something going on with a man from Atlanta, according to the testimony in court, called, what's the man's name? Dante the Body. Allegedly. Now, this is for the court to work out. This ain't for us to work out. All we do is we hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. And this is a Black experience. This is very much a Black experience, if you ask me. So I'm like, what? You know, initially we were focused on the incident that was released by TMZ, the video of Tigger appearing to push his wife into the door. Y'all, this is a separate incident. Let me play it again, just so that we're all on the same page. This incident right here, according to the testimony that happened in court, was over the wife finding Tigger possibly engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a man named Dante.
There, stop, both of you.
She doesn't care. I don't care. She could just give me my phone. She could just.
She's literally fucking crying. I don't want to fucking hear.
She could just give me my phone.
Okay, but stop right now because she's freaking crying.
Give me my phone. She don't care. I don't care.
Autumn, do you not see? Do you not see her?
She doesn't care.
Okay, then maybe you should be the bigger man.
Give me my phone.
Alex,
Give me my phone.
Tigger,
Give me my phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off.
my phone.
Do you not see Autumn crying?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did
Stop.
you do
I'm not
that?
doing that.
Yes,
She
you did.
drunk. She drunk. She drunk.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She can give me the phone and it'll be over. She can give me the phone and it will be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my
Tigger.
phone.
See, if I was anybody else, you would be doing
If
this.
you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy.
But they are saying Mr. Tigger did not want his wife to see what was in that phone. I have to say alleged now. They're saying, and in court documents, the transcripts, please don't seal them. Please don't seal them. We put in a request for the transcripts that it was mentioned under witness testimony that the wife had discovered something in the phone allegedly between Tigger and Dante the Body. Now, I don't know Tigger. I don't know Dante the Body. I don't know nobody in this. We just cover whatever flows through like anything else. But I knew better. I was like, so this is a separate incident, y'all. This isn't the same incident. And it's clear. It's so important that we get the facts out. This is not the same day that the wife was injured. This is a different day. So the day that the wife was injured, she found text messages, according to the police affidavit, of Tigger going back and forth with his coworker, right? But this day right here on the screen, she confronted him based on what was in the phone.
New phone. Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get off of her now! Mr. Tigger!
Call the police.
Autumn is right there. Stop, both of you.
She doesn't care. I don't care. She could just give me my phone. She could just.
She's literally fucking crying. I don't want to fucking hear.
She could just give me my phone.
Okay, but stop right now because she's freaking
Lord
crying.
have mercy.
She don't care. I don't care. Give me my
Autumn,
phone.
do you not see? Do you not see her?
She doesn't care.
Okay, then maybe you should be the bigger man.
Tigger,
Give me my phone.
Alex,
Give me my phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off.
my phone.
Do you not see Autumn crying?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did you
Stop.
do
I'm
that?
not doing that.
Yes,
She
you did. You
drunk.
did.
She drunk. She drunk.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'll be over.
That's a
Give
lot.
me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her.
Now, my thing is this. Here's the thing. What would you do as a woman if you allegedly found some very questionable, concerning material in your husband's phone that makes you question whether or not he's gay? just questionable communication, meetups, where your husband's been meeting up with two men in the local city that cause you to believe that something sexual may have happened. Whose responsibility is it? Is it the wife's responsibility to go along, to get along, give the phone back? Or is it the men's responsibility to be like, listen, I'm not really into girls. Whose fault is this? And not just this particular, because we hear about this and see this a lot, with allegedly DL men. My thing is, if you don't want a woman, why are you marrying them? Would it not be easier in 2026 just to go after what you want? Because I truly believe, Tigger, listen, my grandma used to say, what goes on in the dark will come to light. And we're looking at this situation like I've heard different people come out. I've heard different people come out. And they say, Tigger didn't have any problems until he met this woman. And that may be true publicly, right? If we give the benefit of the doubt, if we just speak publicly regarding his name being out there like that. But I'm also of the belief that you can't use nobody neither. What you mean? If Big Tigger, whatever you like, whatever you do, you still bear a responsibility as a human being. You can do what you want to do. That's my motto. You just can't do it with me. You still bear a responsibility to let all parties know. To let all parties know. First things first. If you are gay as a man and you know you are having sexual relationships on the side with other good-looking men in Atlanta, in Delaware, wherever you live, right?
At all.
Is
It's
it
my
not
fault.
the man's responsibility to say something? Or is it the woman's responsibility to figure if you picked up your husband's phone? We're not talking about a woman in a restaurant that found a phone. We are talking about a wife. And I think because we are so broken in the Black community and or the percentages of single mother households are so prevalent, when we talk in these comments and these chats, we don't even see ourselves as being wives. Because a lot of you saying, give him back his damn phone. Y'all, that's her husband. And if I'm in your phone looking up something and something comes in or a text message and I'm like, what the hell is that? It's not as cut and dry. Ebony said it doesn't matter, it's his phone. Well, it would matter to me as a wife, Ebony Rose. I wouldn't give a damn if it's phone and I'm his wife. If you are sleeping with another man, I got some shit to say as a woman. But that's just me. Because what it sounds like from the consensus of the chat, some of you women are saying, oh, it don't matter. Give him back his phone. We'll still sleep with him. He can still do that while he's with me. God bless you. God bless you. I ain't giving shit back as a wife. Hold on. Live, say, listen, hold on. And if you're tuned in from work, please feel free to use the super chat feature and we will prioritize your comments and or your questions because we're about to get into this. As a wife, as a husband, you mean to tell me if you pick up your spouse's phone and see infidelity with the same sex or opposite sex, and they say, honey, sweetie, give me back my phone. You're going to say, oh, sorry, dear. Just stumbled up on you cheating with me with a man. There's your phone back. Is that what y'all are saying? Is that what y'all are saying? Liv says when the person asks for it, you should give it back. If you stumble upon something, let me just put it in layman's terms. Let's take another man out the picture. For all of you that have ever caught your man cheating, you just gave him the phone. Turned a blind eye. Didn't say anything. Here, I want my phone back when the man said it. And you said, okay, here you go. And it's over and done. You don't need the screenshot. You don't need time to download. You're not trying to plan and get yourself out of this so that you can have it for divorce court. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because you need some type of proof, right? I don't know. Look, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong because I can't tell anybody how to run their household. I'm asking you if you discover that your husband was not faithful, and if your husband was cheating with a man, would it be as cut and dry as simply giving the phone back? Or y'all shucking and jiving me in this chat today? Because look, okay, thank you for being honest. Comic poet, historian says, been there, done that. No blind eye. Plan, exit strategy, and leave. Thank you for being honest. And what this person is saying, no, I'm not turning a blind eye. If I need to download the screenshots, the videos, or whatever, I'm going to try to do that up off that phone. Period. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just asking you, how would you handle it in the heat of the moment? You discover that your partner, your husband, your wife has been intimate with somebody else. You're just going to hand the phone back over. Okay? That's honest. HB5 said it would not matter to me. Okay, I am. That somebody said he probably stopped touching her. So she suspected something. I don't know. But I will tell you this. That testimony allegedly got the streets on fire. And what's going on in Tigger's house and in the courtroom is exposing some of Atlanta's biggest secrets. Okay. Now, I went to look up the man that came up in the courtroom. This is the man, y'all. This is the man. That's a good looking man. Ooh, that's the man. The violent experience of you trying to rationalize. Listen, let me tell you something. Don't make this about me. Focus on the content. Focus on the content. Focus on the content. Focus on your opinion about the topic. I'm not the topic. I got my thoughts like you have yours, okay? And you are not my content. I am not yours. You can't tell me how to think. You can't tell me what ideology I should adapt or adopt, and I can't do it to you. All I can do is encourage you is to focus on the content. That's it. You trying to rationalize a woman. I don't know what you talking about, but all I know is, according to court testimony, allegedly Big Tigger was having an inappropriate relationship. And maybe as a woman, you're okay with dealing with bisexual men. Not all women are, whether I like a woman or not. Not all women are okay with their husbands sleeping with other men. And maybe you are. Just say that. But don't make it about me. Just say, I'm okay if my husband stepped out with a man. That's okay. But what we not going to do is attack somebody else for having a different opinion. You see how that works? Ain't he fine now? That man look good. Listen. So listen, this thing has gotten so complicated. And it was revealed on the witness stand in testimony that they were fighting over the phone based off of an alleged inappropriate relationship that he was having with this man based on communications, okay? Now, this is what we're going to do. So Big Tigger is trying to clear this up real quick. He went and filed for divorce. Now, I don't know if Big Tigger is gay or not, but I know he responded with a petitioner's motion for a temporary hearing. Now comes the petitioner, D. Morgan, by and through his undersigned counsel and moves the court pursuant to USC R24 to schedule a temporary hearing in the above style case upon the following grounds. Petitioner, Big Tigger, D. Morgan, filed for divorce on June 11th. Listen to this. Y'all, when I tell you this is, woo! He filed for divorce after whatever was in that phone before it got out, he wasn't able to serve his wife the divorce papers. It's a dirty game. So what he did is he served the respondent, Alicia Brown, was served with summons and process, including the automatic domestic standing order on July 10th. He's had her served while she was in the county jail. And when I tell y'all, this is not chess, this is not checkers, this is chess. Now, you remember when we went through the police report? We got a lot to cover. All of a sudden, after all of these years of the child being missing, there was a BOLO issued for Alicia Brown. Now, she's been in Atlanta. She's been Tigger's wife. She's been here. She's been there. She's been everywhere. She's been at B103. She's been at celebrity-studded events, red carpet events. All of a sudden, they remembered, hey, we need to be on the lookout for a suspect that is wanted in Maryland on possible child kidnapping charges for a now 17-year-old girl that is very much alive, by the way. I'm going to say I'm almost 95%. Watch this. Not only is the child alive, but the mother, the biological father, and it also came out in court that Big Tigger is also aware, allegedly, of where the child is. Y'all, what is going on? The mother, the biological father, and according to the judge, Big Tigger also knows where the child is. And based on those outcomes in the court, we can all assume that the child is safe. So then we say, well, what the hell is going on in this house with Big Tigger? So now we can push off because I'm like y'all. So now we know that Big Tigger was very well aware about this little girl in this story. So now we know that this lady didn't come into the picture trying to fool him. He knew. And y'all, they said the judge says, I'm under the belief, Mr. Morgan, that you are aware of the child's whereabouts. Toot Latrice says, I knew it. The baby that baby in the country somewhere, homeschooled. Well, she's 17 now. Roger Davis says, wow, he had her locked up so he could keep it quiet. According to what the judge said, as soon as we get those transcripts, Mr. Morgan, I'm under the belief that you are knowledgeable about the child's whereabouts. So now we know that the biological mother, the biological father, and Big Tigger know where that baby is. But it seems like since it's Mad Day, or since Tigger may have been exposed or suspected his wife of exposing him for alleged bisexual activity, that he put them dogs on her, them hellhounds on her, that he called in a few favors. And that's why a while back when y'all were saying, focus on her, I said, I'm focused on everybody because there are no heroes in this story. As a woman, I can't just focus on the woman. I got to focus on the niggas involved too. I got to look at this whole thing. There ain't no way a celebrity of your status got bamboozled by a woman that you just met who was able to, there ain't nobody that canny, that clever. That man knew. But what would make a man? So let's get to the question. Most of you would say, okay, hold on, Queen Shiba. Now you ticking me off. Why would he be with her anyway? Well, if it's true that he's bisexual, that's an easy beard. Would it, I mean, if it's true. If he is really into men, right? She would be an obvious choice. Until she started acting up and going through that damn phone and getting in his business. So that's why a man like that would pick a woman like that. Okay? When he's living a completely different lifestyle. You got something on me, I got something on you. I know where your child is. We good. You straight. However, now that you know, you kind of know, maybe you don't know, you suspect. I'm going to hold your secret if you hold mine. And we're going to be one big happy family. Something must have went wrong because it comes down to that phone. Y'all, they were fine. They had a baby together. They did their, What happened? Give me 1 second. What happened? What's in that phone? You said, wait, explain that, Queen. Well, that's what Joe Budden. And first of all, have you seen any straight men come out? Have you seen any straight men come out and really say anything about this? Nope. The one that did handled it very professionally, and that was Young Jock. And he didn't take Big Tigger's side. He said, V103, you're going to have to probably make some decisions because if you condone this type of behavior, if you allow it for one, you have to allow it for all. He says, my question is, what are they going to do moving forward? It doesn't matter if it's Big Tigger. You now have an employee that has been charged with domestic abuse. That was the only straight man I heard talking about it, and he handled the conversation like a man. Then you have Joe Budden. Let me see if I can find it. Joe Budden came out, and he gave his 2 cents, but I didn't really take him too serious because he's been accused of beating women too. So to me, he has no credibility. There's been multiple women that have accused Joe Budden of beating them, domestically assaulting them. He has absolutely no credibility. I don't give a damn where he sit and what microphone he speaks through. One and of the same. So it ain't shit he can tell me about what is and what ain't. You get what I'm saying? I would expect him to not have any empathy or sympathy for a domestic violence victim, whether you like her or not. And one thing that Joe said, he said, I've seen Tigger with some bad ones. And he was referring to aesthetically pleasing, something that a man would be attracted to. He didn't speak anything about her character. He just focused it on something that would get a man hot and bothered. Let me see if I can find it. I got it. Here we go. Let's take a listen. Here we go. Well, let me finish this. On July 10th, 5 days ago, Big Tigger had his wife served at the Hart County, Georgia jail with the following pleadings and documents as outlined in the cover letter to the Hart County Sheriff attached and incorporated herein as Exhibit A. Number 1, a stamp filed emergency motion for temporary custody and exclusive possession of the petitioner's residence and vehicles that are petitioner's separate property, and motion for contempt of the domestic standing order and sanctions, or in the alternative, ex parte relief. Listen to this. Also, B, a stamp-filed emergency rule Nisi hearing notice for July 10th, emergency hearing. C, stamp-filed order to attend a 30-day conference with Zoom information for July 14th. That may have happened yesterday. D, a stamp-filed standing order regarding the use of artificial intelligence and certification of citations and briefs and proposed orders in the Judge Benton's division. Stamp-filed notice of hearing August 4th. 2026. Let me get to a Fulton Superior Court domestic relations financial affidavit. You know what that means? He's trying to figure out how not to pay her. He filed for divorce, but now he's requesting and requiring a financial affidavit after he had her arrested and had that bolo put out on her. Fulton Superior Court required documents to be produced. Fulton Superior Court answers to integratories and Fulton County Superior Court domestic intake worksheet. The parties were married on October 18, 2025. Y'all, not even a year. So wait a minute. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Hold on. Let's go back. May, June. Y'all, 8 months. They were married. Here it is in blue. October 18th, 2025. The parties lived in petitioner D. Morgan's separate property that he purchased October 31st, 2018. So it sounds like he had the property 7 years prior to meeting her. The parties are parents of one minor male child, to wit, okay, and that the baby that was born in 2015. Okay, so they had a baby in 2015. They got married. You lying. You lying. Y'all better quit playing with me. Y'all better quit playing with me. Hold on. Let me see some. They're saying that the child was born in 2015. Wait a minute. I told you Tigger got a lot going on. Tigger got a lot going on. Well, it's public. Hold on. Hold on. That's why I say you lying. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They're saying the baby was born in 2015. On July 10th, the petitioner and petitioner's counsel appeared in person on petitioner's emergency motion. Respondents' counsel appeared in person for the first half of the hearing and via Zoom the second half. So it seems like the judge has made like an exception to allow the wife to appear via Zoom from the Hart County Jail. Now, keep in mind, the wife is being held on a warrant that was randomly. So the warrant was, y'all, listen to this. After her video, we do our research. The warrant was issued after her video came out. After her video came out of her being abused, all of a sudden there's a warrant. Okay, that's a great question. You said, I don't even understand why he would even get married after all these years of being single. Neither do I. Maybe other wives, because some of these men are married that were brought up. There's another one, but I'm not going to say his name because he's married. Some of these other men are married. And maybe the other wives started suspecting, why you always out with Tigger? Where you going again with Tigger, allegedly? And maybe the only way to do it, oh, child. Oh, that's why I don't like getting in people's business. This why I don't like getting in people's business. Hold on, y'all. This is in the court documents. So this is what he wants. Pursuant to the petitioner's emergency motion, the court made an oral ruling awarding the petitioner temporary sole legal and temporary sole physical custody of the parties' minor children of the boy, and sole exclusive use and possession of the house. So he got the house back while she's in jail. Remember, he was kicked out of the house by a previous judge. And when the judge kicked him out the house, he attempted to turn off the power, the utilities. And the judge said, hold on now, Tigger. Now, you know damn well they got them pets and dogs and cats in there. Bro, turn the lights back on. Bro, you got kids in there. You can't be doing that. Okay, you said the child was born on 2025. Thank you. I don't know why this says 2015. So the judge initially ordered and mandated that Big Tigger leaves the primary residence. Well, Big Tigger went back to the court, served his wife divorce papers, y'all, 5 days ago, and asked the judge to come back to the house and to have temporary emergency custody of the minor child. And the judge awarded it. And also a 2025 Cadillac Escalade. Y'all still driving Escalades?
Bruh.
No, my aunt always says 2 broke niggas in an Escalade. That's why that stands out to me. 2 broke niggas in an Escalade. Listen, what else did the court give the man? As parties did not agree that the Escalade was petitioner's separate property, and respondent Alicia Brown was awarded the Escalade under a family violence ex parte protective order dated June 24, 2026 under civil action. And this is the case. The court reserved the final determination of possession, use, and ownership of the Escalade, and the court orally announced petitioner could not sell or trade the Escalade pending the court's resolution of the dispute of ownership or the parties' consent regarding ownership. So it sounds like, and I don't know this to be true, but let me just get in there. Now, this is my opinion. I'm stepping aside from the court documents. If they are fighting over who owns the vehicle, this is where I'm going with it. There could be a possibility that he purchased the vehicle for her in 2025 and she's responsible for the payments. You get what I'm saying? I don't know this to be true. But if they're both saying it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, that means you both are going to have to prove it, which leads me to believe maybe he purchased some minute. Hey, I got you a car, but you're responsible for the payments. That could be the situation. The court orally reserved petitioner's request of attorney fees for later determination. Although respondent is incarcerated, respondent has considerable assets, monies, and the ability. So Big Tigger is telling the court that, listen, this ain't no gold digger. She's incarcerated, but this woman has considerable assets, monies, and the ability to pay heavy-duty attorney fees that Tigger has requested during his emergency motion and attorney fees petitioner requests herein below. Prior to being arrested and prior to the July 10, 2026 hearing on a petitioner's emergency motion, respondent packed and removed many of her belongings and her other children's belongings. Respondent, through the respondent's mother, informed DFACS that she would be getting a truck to retrieve respondent's belongings and the belongings of the respondent's other children from the petitioner's premarital home. Got it. Now it's coming together. Remember when Alicia Brown was arrested and there was a be on the lookout? Got it. He was trying to stop her from moving. Sounds like she was trying to gather up and move out of that house. And he was able to get her ass arrested before she could set up home or residence somewhere else. Petitioner seeks an order with date and time certain for the removal of respondents' belongings and the belongings of respondents' other children from petitioner's premarital home. So now he wants them out. Tigger, she was on her way out. You should have just let her move. Why have her arrested? She was packing up. It says here in number 14. Petitioner will request law enforcement presence for the removal of the same by respondent's mother. This sounds like a power trip. Just like turning off those utilities, right? If somebody's already moving, you should have just let them move. You should have just let them move. I don't understand getting somebody locked up only for them to be released and for you to want law enforcement there as they're moving. Y'all, sometimes some stuff just don't make sense, but hey, it ain't me. What do I know? So he's saying that even if she lets her mom come, I want the police to be there. Petitioner needs a temporary hearing to resolve the dispute regarding his Escalade to address child support regarding the minor child and the remaining issues in the petitioner's emergency motion. Petitioner requests that if respondent is stubbornly litigious, I hope I said it right, unnecessarily expands this litigation, puts forth frivolous, groundless claims without merited claims that a lack of justiciable issue of law or fact that the petitioner should be awarded attorney fees at the temporary hearing. He is trying to control her every move. What he's saying is he's asking for a lot. He got a good attorney. His attorney name is Precious. Listen, Precious is not playing, honey. Precious is saying that if the wife tries to expand any litigation, files any groundless claims without merit, or lack a justiciable issue of law or fact, that they want her to pay up. Ooh, that's a lot. So we got that document. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, y'all. This is just the beginning, because in the testimony, it says that all of this happened over this man right here, this man on this screen. Now, my question to Alicia, the wife, hold on, Alicia, because if this man is the man that y'all were wrestling over the phone with, what made you say once you saw what you saw? Is it the same attorney that Ralph used against Drew? Shoot, I don't know. It might be. Q Catrisa, he operated in his feminine energy. He wrong for that. Oh, he's getting his lick back. And now that I see what's happening, look, I ain't got a dog in this fight. But this man is using every resource, every ounce of power that he has, because his coworker filed a lawsuit against her. He filed a lawsuit against her. He called in a bolo, because they say he's friends with the sheriff. And we saw him posted up with the sheriff at V103, right? So the sheriff was able to get a warrant for her arrest in Georgia that was later dismissed 24 hours after she was arrested. So that was dismissed. That wasn't probable. I was like, oh my God, he might be. I don't know if that's what it looks like. And I think that's what happens when you deal with men who are not honest about their lifestyle. So Tigger, you're not a victim. My grandmother used to say, what goes around comes around. If this is what you like on the screen and you chose to move forward and marry anyway, especially under a covenant, you're still responsible, come what may. And it doesn't necessarily come in the package that you send it out. Deception is deception is deception. If Tigger was gay before he married this woman and y'all saying, well, she's deceitful, like breeds like. Water seeks its own level. If what y'all believe is true, right? Let's just say she is deceptive. Then so is he. You are what you attract. Well, what do you mean? If you're not openly gay, allegedly, and you are down low and you're pretending to be straight when you really like men, that's deceptive. If she's deceptive based on what you all believe and based on what's being put out there on social media about her child's whereabouts, then you have two deceptive individuals. So that's why I said, you say my body about to look like this. Listen, we all need that meal plan, honey. We all need that meal plan. We might get that man some business. We might get this man some business. But don't run down there if you're married. Stay at home. Do the online training now. Do the online, because we don't want nobody wrestling. No more men wrestling their wives on the floor over a phone. Let's see what Joe Budden had to say.
And Big Tigger, I looked at this video of him and his wife. I was befuddled for at least 3 hours. Sorry. I don't know what they want me to say. So at some point, we got to say the fucking truth. I was.
Say that about a nigga.
I was like, yo, who is this strange person in this nigga's house? I seen Big Tigger with the creme de la creme. Best of the best. Charming and funny. Stealing them. A assassin out there. This is where the Monopoly board ends? With a go to jail card? With this fucking psycho lady that lost her daughter? Hey.
No, the daughter went missing in foster care. I love talking facts. So how come the daughter went missing in foster care? But I get it. because a lot of the responsibility and accountability for children do fall on the mother. But I'm putting it on the mother and the father. And now that we know, based on what came out allegedly in court testimony, the judge made it aware that all parties are aware of where the child is. So shut up, Joe Budden.
Y'all talk about red flags. How big do the fucking flag gotta be if on date one? How long they been married? If on day one, hey, you got kids? Well, I did. I did.
But he knows where the kid is. He knows, though. See, that's why. But okay.
Hey, well, what do we talk about? I've left less for less. Using Big Tigger, I looked at this video, him and his wife, I was befuddled for at least 3 hours. Sorry.
Why? Oh, because you expected a man to be there. You was shocked that he married a woman. I get it. I get it. You was befuddled for 3 hours. I get it. Listen.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Okay. I get it, Joe. I get what you're saying. I'm reading in between the line. But listen, so Big Tigger, he is taking advantage. He got a really smart lawyer. Let me tell you why. Well, why you say he got a smart lawyer? Let me finish this.
I don't know what they want me to say. At some point, we got to say the fucking truth. I was.
Say that about a nigga.
I was like, yo, who is this strange person in this nigga's house? I seen Big Tigger with the creme de la creme.
But that's his wife. And the fact that you feel like you can freely speak on another man's wife. Okay.
Best of the best. Charming and funny. Stealing them. A assassin out there. This is where
you lie. Unless you're talking about men that you've seen them with. You lying.
The Monopoly board ends with a go to jail card. With this fucking psycho lady that lost her daughter. Hey, y'all talk about red flags. How big do the fucking flags?
Joe just talking. But listen, listen. Look at this. Tigger also filed in the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia, a motion to consolidate cases. He wants the judge right now. It seems, y'all, I'm telling you. Okay, listen to me. You know how we are covering the Nolan Wells case, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's saying, wait. One of the boys, his stepmother is a judge. Yes. There's a possibility there may not be a fair trial, whether she sits on the case or not, whether it's in her court or not, right? Which she can't try it anyway. It's a conflict of interest. But the mere fact of it is she's still a judge that knows a judge that knows a judge, right? So people are really concerned about that. It seems like there's some favors being done behind the scene because his attorney filed a motion to consolidate the cases. Comes now respondent Darian Morgan, hereafter referred to as defendant in the above style criminal action, and through counsel, Gabe Banks Esquire, files this motion to consolidate cases in support of his motion. Defendant would show this honorable court the following. On or about June 20th, 2026, defendant was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. He appeared before a magistrate judge for an initial appearance and was granted a bond. Since defendant's release from custody, he has complied with all his bond conditions. See emergency motion for bond. Prior to his arrest, defendant filed a petition for divorce. In February 2026, C. D. Morgan. Oh, y'all, we finna lick. We all in these people business. C. D. Morgan versus Alicia Brown, case number 202 6CV. Let me put that in the chat. Hold on, let me put that in the back chat so I can keep that. Y'all better hurry up and go get this before they lock this down and seal it. Hold on. I'm going to go look that case up. Okay. He filed for divorce in February. Keep in mind they were married in October of 2025. November, December, January. 90 days after marrying her, he had buyer's remorse and decided, I can't do this, child. I can't be with this woman. a woman, allegedly. I don't like women, allegedly, but that's okay. And then his attorney said against his better judgment, he dismissed the petition for divorce. Then why do you want us to go look at it? I can't stand when somebody go look at it. For what? You dismissed it. Yes, Lynn. So he filed 90 days after he married, buyer's remorse. I don't want to be with a woman. Withdrew and refiled. That's correct. After she found whatever she found in that phone. Listen, I'm going to take a break because y'all got me laughing. Roger, don't do it, Roger. He said 90 days is crazy. 90-day fiance. See, people should know we're going to get all into it over here. It takes me a couple of days. Don't ever think I'm behind. We digging, honey. We researching. We pulling up documents. We're making phone calls. Oh my God. Okay, let's be fair now. Sheena says Tigger did the absolute right thing by having her arrested before she could flee with his son. If the court had already given her possession of the house, then why was she about to flee? I mean, she has a right to move. It was only a temporary order, right? She doesn't have to stay there forever. Now, but that's a good question, Sheena. I wouldn't want her to be like Drew from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where the judge put you out. You get what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and go before I'm asked to leave. Because sometimes these judges act like you have their kind of money and they literally give you 30 to 45 days to find a house or to find an apartment. And sometimes it's not that easy. That's all I'm saying. Yolanda said, I can't tell Queen Shiba, but we want the business too. When I say, ooh, let me stay out these people's business, honey. We all in these business. Yes, we're coming with the receipts. So he filed for divorce, y'all, 90-day fiance. 90 days after trying to be with a woman. Married to a woman, living in a house with a woman, playing house. He said, I can't. Against his better judgment, he dismissed the petition for divorce. On June 11, 2026, he filed a new petition for divorce. In the instant case, 9 days later, he was arrested. So after the incident that occurred on May 8th or 9th, where his wife was injured, permanently disfigured, he ran and filed for divorce. That's crazy. That's crazy. A month after her injury, he filed for divorce. 2 days after she released the video. Y'all, when I tell you this is deep. I believe her video came out June 8th or 9th. Tigger, cold-hearted son of a gun. A cold-hearted son of a gun. Wow. Hold on, let me find the video. This video, do y'all remember this? Let's get it. Lord have mercy. Let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all see it? This was a month after the initial altercation, where the wife, I guess as a cry for help, posted, didn't say any words after the police. Now you got to remember, this was a month after her going to the hospital, where the nurses and the doctors contacted law enforcement because they did not believe her story. That's crazy that a man will let you go through that, let you heal a little bit, and before shit hits the fan, say, you know what, let me go ahead and backdoor her ass like Big Brother. Didn't a new season of Big Brother just start? Let me go down and backdoor her ass and file for divorce.
Damn!
Wow. This is crazy. He filed a new petition for divorce on June 11th. 9 days later, he was arrested. Well, that has nothing to do with her. You being arrested. because she posted her video before you filed for divorce. If the police arrested you because I think the outrage from social media forced their hand. Now, 9 days later, he was arrested. So then they go on to say after he was arrested and released on bond, the alleged victim in the underlying criminal case applied for a temporary restraining order on June 24th in this matter. On July 7th, defendant filed an emergency petition in the instant case wherein he requested custody of the minor child and the ability to return to his residence. The Honorable Alice Benton held a hearing on the emergency petition earlier this morning, at which time undersigned counsel orally moved to consolidate all three matters for judicial economy and efficiency. The alleged victims' counsel did not oppose the oral motion. Judge Benton instructed undersigned counsel to file a motion. A motion to consolidate follows. Now watch this. This is the part that's interesting, and you will miss it if you don't look at footnotes. But because I'm technical, you see this footnote here? This footnote reads, defendant had not been served with the alleged victim's TPO prior to today's hearing before Judge Benton. Defendant accepted service of the TPO to help support the consolidation of his matters and the efficient resolution of the same. Favor for a favor. Do you get it? I'll accept being served if me accepting these papers today is going to help support the consolidation of these cases. Wow. Wow. Okay. You said this is to keep her from suing V103. Wow. I knew it was bigger. When I said this is bigger now, this ain't even about the little girl. Y'all keep saying, where's the little girl? Let's put that aside. We know she's safe. We know she's alive. We know all parents, all parties involved, step parents, Tigger, allegedly, the biological mother and father knows where the child is. You say that's how radio roll, right? Y'all, stop letting people play in y'all faces. This is about this woman pissing off. Well, actually not her, to be honest. This is about bloggers like myself pissing off very powerful people. bloggers that have the ability to pick up stories and just kind of talk about it. That sometimes people don't want that type of attention. So I can see what you're saying when you say this is to keep her from suing V103. Yeah, we put a lot of dirt on her. And if Tigger is suing her and Amika or Francesca is suing her, we can make her look bad. When all along, nobody's hands is clean. That's why I'd like to cover all of them. Okay, Carolina's Finest said the sheriff is doing the radio station a favor. Absolutely. Everything's political, right? When you have a sheriff, you have a radio station, you have a big radio personality, and then you have this woman who was injured. Let's be very clear. The ring video, she didn't send that in. The police subpoenaed the video from Tigger. She didn't have the codes. He had that. If you go look at the protective order, he had all of the codes and passwords, not her. He possessed the ability to download. So he had to give over the surveillance. She didn't leak it. She don't have the power, even though she's married to him, right? When we looked at the other document, he controls everything. That's why the judge told him, sit your ass down somewhere and turn them damn lights back on in that house. You know damn well that dog is in that house.
What the dog doing?
I'm just saying. The judge said, now, you're not finna, now you ain't finna do that to the dog. That means, Tigger, you have an underbelly to you. You have a little bit of a backbite, a little bit of inferno that's brewing. And some people believe that men who are down low can be very harsh and very mean to women because they really don't want to be with them. I don't know. Even outside of the ring surveillance, you was doing some crazy shit, Tigger. Who turns off the air conditioner, the lights and the power? Y'all, I don't know about y'all. It's a hot ass summer, ain't it? It's hot out here.
Bro, I don't want to talk about it.
You just said I'm gonna talk about
Kill
it.
it. I get angry. Bro, I don't want to.
Shit, and you gonna turn this heat off while my dog in here? Oh hell no! I'm finna call the police on your ass, bruh. Turn the lights back on. It's hot. My ice cream melting. Hell, I was gonna cook some steak. My steak. Hell no! You gonna turn these damn lights back on? And the judge said you gonna turn them lights on. So Tigger, you got an underbite to you. You got a mean streak to you. I don't care how well people think they know you. We don't know anything that goes on in people's household. I know you drove that lady to the hospital. I know you didn't take responsibility to it. I know everybody turned a blind eye, including your sheriff friend, allegedly. It wasn't until she dropped her video that you got arrested. You should have been arrested, period. Right, wrong, or indifferent, just based on due process, right? But notice that this footnote says that Tigger is only accepting to be served to help support if the judge consolidates all of his cases and deems him or herself as the preceding judge. All right. All right. So they want to consolidate all. There's three, y'all, they got three matters. They have a criminal case, they have a divorce, and they have a temporary protective order. I told you Tigger got a lot of shit going on in his house. He said, I want this judge to oversee it. Probably. I'm sure it's going to be in his benefit. Moreover, consolidation will not unfairly prejudice any party because the actions substantially overlap. The interests of the judicial economy and the efficient case management weigh strongly in favor of consolidation. All right. Listen, Precious. Let me see who Precious is. Because Precious seemed to have us stuff together. Whoever, he went out and got Precious. Aren't they fighting about Precious on Hard and Hustle Houston? I need to stop. Aren't they fighting about calling somebody Precious on that show? And they're saying, let me see. Precious, let me see who you is. Let me see who you is. Because it sounds like sister. Oh, there go Precious. Is that Precious? I think this is Precious. Does that look like a Precious? Alicia, you better watch yourself. Girl, I think that's Precious. Girl. Carolina's finest said, yes, ma'am. A black woman that's going to tear up another black woman for a black man. Precious looked like she came to slay. That's her. Oh my God. They're saying this is the attorney in Atlanta that represented Ralph Pittman from the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Dennis against Portia. Oh, that's Joanne. You don't know. Okay, stay focused. Let me go back to my stuff. Hold on. So we got that. Now let's go back to something else. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now we have another motion that's going to go a little bit more into detail. I'm not going to read everything. Give me 1 second. This is in the Superior Court of Fulton County, the state of Georgia, the family division. This is Big Tigger's emergency motion for temporary custody, exclusive possession of the home and the cars, and a motion for contempt of the domestic standing order and sanctions, or in the alternative ex parte relief. So now comes petitioner D. Morgan by and through the undersigned counsel of record, and he filed all of that, right? Now let's get into the statement of facts. Petitioner filed for divorce on July 11, 2026, and the respondent was served June 26. That don't make sense to me. Okay. Because the other paper said that she was served while in jail, but okay. Emergency motion for custody, possession. Okay, we got that. The parties were married October 18, 2025. The parties live where they live, okay? The respondent has 2 other residences, which is an apartment leased in her name, okay? And a home. So this woman got money. Y'all, this woman got some money. Wait a minute. Okay, let's continue. So she has 2 other homes. They do have a minor son that was born in 2025. The respondent is the mother of 4 minor children, of which only the minor son is the child of the parties, okay? The respondent withdrew the minor son and respondent's 4-year-old daughter from the school on July 6th. I guess she withdrew the kids from school. July 6th, he must have been notified. The respondent, the wife, notified them that she was moving. So the school sent communications about the withdrawal to Tigger on July 6th via email. On July 1st, number 10, 2026, 2 warrants for the respondent's arrest were taken out. I told y'all, by the Baltimore Police Department for felony parental abduction out of state and misdemeanor parental abduction in state involving the respondent's now teenage daughter who has been missing for nearly 7 years. Y'all, this is a dirty fucking game. Y'all better leave these DL men alone. If you have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that a man is DL, leave him alone, because it's going to be real nasty when y'all break up. Y'all, all of a sudden, after this little girl has been missing for 7 years, a warrant was issued for her arrest. Watch this, on July 1st. This is nothing but to buy him time, because if a warrant is issued in a different state, Georgia gets to hold her for 30 days. Big Tigger just needed a little bit of time to get his house, to sell his house, to file for divorce, to do whatever he's trying to do, to move his money, whatever he's trying to do, to have a 30-day head start. This is a cold game.
Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
That man is not playing. You see it on the screen. On July 1st, 2026, 2 warrants for respondent's arrest were taken out by the Baltimore Police Department for felony parental abduction. So you know what I know? Now I know why that judge said that, Tigger. Now I know why that judge said in that courtroom the other day, we're aware that you are aware of where this child is. He got her ass. You remember, you got my secret, I got yours. He called her in. He called her in. It sounds like he been knew about the daughter. She told him or whatever on the up and up. And as long as they were happily married, everything was fine. He called her ass in and reported her. That's why they issued that warrant. That's why they issued that warrant on July 1st. Damn. Now we went through this case, and I shared a lot with y'all on this case. Remember, I said, listen, this little girl went missing in foster care. Based on her father's interview, he's referring to his daughter in the present tense. My daughter is now 17. My daughter is this. My daughter is that. I said, wait a minute. The daughter is alive. At that time, we didn't know who had the daughter, the daddy or the mama. We didn't know nothing. But we all assumed that Tigger did not know, right? We all assumed Tigger had no knowledge of this. Now we know he does. Because how in the hell is a warrant issued on July 1st? When this lady has been moving freely about the cabin for 7 years. And the judge says that you knew about her situation. That's how they got that bolo. That's how they got that be on the lookout. Because when he was notified that those kids were being pulled from school. I got to just use my common sense now. You called your sheriff friend, allegedly, I believe, who called Baltimore and said, listen, I want to report something anonymously. He can't go on record because that would make him a what? An accomplice or harboring or whatever, right? And now they got a warrant for felony parental abduction and out-of-state misdemeanor parental abduction. In-state involving respondent's now teenage daughter who's been missing for nearly 7 years. Damn. Related to the Baltimore County case D08. And you can do your homework. I'm going to have to go. I think we covered that one already. Unless it's remember I said there's a lot of court cases. And some of you were saying, well, how come it's not on record that the daughter was in foster care? Because it's sealed. But I have my sources. Well, some of the other content creators can't find it. They're not going to be able to find it. It's sealed. Just like this is going to be sealed, but we got to it first. All of this is about to go away, y'all, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On July 6th, respondent was arrested. Okay. This is on July 6th, respondent was arrested on the 2 parental abduction warrants just a few miles shy of the South Carolina line, traveling north in her Range Rover with the minor child and her minor 4-year-old daughter. Now, you know you could have let that lady make it, Tigger. Y'all, ain't this good? Tigger dropped a dime. Called in a favor. Scared that his wife was going to expose his activities, whatever is in that phone. She did her due diligence, packed her stuff up, sounds like, packed the kids' stuff up and said, I'm out of here. And guess what? She should have been. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. And this is why I'm about to catch a lot of you slipping. You always say, how come women don't leave when they're being abused? She was trying to leave. Ah, gotcha. I just read it to you. I didn't make it up. Kim Jones said, this is like a whole Tubi movie. Baby, I'm giving you the best that I got. Like Anita, giving you the best that I got. I would take him too. You said Tigger's son was taken too. Listen, if a woman is permanently disfigured, forget the fact that you don't like her. She's supposed to pack up her kids and go. That's what y'all tell every other woman to do. Y'all tell every other woman to leave. I got him. Didn't I, Cowbone? So you have to keep that same energy whether you like a woman or not. That's all I'm saying. She was trying to leave. He caught her slipping, called in a favor, probably has a tracker on that car. I don't know how they caught her. Listen, y'all, I shouldn't be laughing. They got her on the South Carolina border. South Carolina line traveling north. I don't know why I'm laughing because it is like a Lifetime movie. Girl, you almost made it. He got some on that car. A few miles shy of the South Carolina line traveling north. I need to go to commercial. She almost made it. Damn. All right. You almost made it. Respondent provided no notice of her moving, withdrawing the minor child and her 4-year-old daughter from the Goddard school, or of the two parental abduction warrants. Here's the thing. You filed for divorce before she left. Thank you, Desira. You said piping hot tea. I mean, nigga, do you want her to stay or go? Or is it at your leisure? And when you say go, like she's a dog, you leave when I say leave, but I'm not going to let you leave easily. I want the police. I want the cameras here. I really want to do it big so that I can get my job back at V103 because allegedly they fired you. That's what the streets are saying. V103 decided that they had to part ways with you. So now, because of that, this is a man scorned. He's getting his lick back. And he's going to make sure he embarrasses the hell out of her. Now, Tigger, you knew what this little girl was all these years. And you ain't had no problem, which tells me the little girl is safe. You probably FaceTime the little girl, talk to the parents or the family, whomever is taking care of the little girl. Or you would have notified the police, probably, if you believe that the little girl, right, was being abused and all of that. Yeah, it sounds like the child was in boarding school. I heard that the mom is a mathematician. So I heard this is a very astute, intellectual woman. And I know they're trying to clown her and downplay her. But Tigger, you probably married this lady because she makes a lot of money. And sometimes when you get people that are geniuses in one way or the other, they are a little socially awkward in some ways, right? Yeah, she's a teenager now. You said it sounds like the child is placed in a boarding school. Yeah, let's just see. Oh, you heard that she's in cybersecurity. I don't know. Thank you, Aisha. She says, great point. Now, respondent received no court order from this court to move or travel out of the state of Georgia with the minor child. Well, first of all, hold on. There was no divorce decree yet, so she doesn't need one. Because you hadn't had any custody cases to establish visitation. But Precious is coming with it. She also said respondent owns 2 luxury SUVs, which are Mercedes G-Wagon and a Range Rover, that are both her separate property. This lady got some money. The minor child, along with the respondent's 4-year-old daughter, are in the custody of the Oh, what? You let your kids go to foster care, Big Tigger? Are you freaking kidding me? That is effed. Let me see. It says the minor child, along with the respondent's 4-year-old daughter, in the custody of the Department of Family and Children Custody, which has refused to allow the petitioner to pick up the minor child. Wow. So you wanted to see this woman get arrested only for them kids to go to freaking foster care. Wow. Y'all, wait. Damn, I didn't even look through this yet. It was so much. I just said, hell, I just do it, when I come online. Wait a minute. So isn't that what the other man did? Isn't that what the other man did that's claiming she wouldn't let me see my kid? She wouldn't let me see my kid. He took her to court just like Big Tigger. Got custody only for the daughter that's missing to go to foster care and end up missing. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm not making it up. It's on the screen. That is crazy. I didn't even know all of this was in there. I just wanted to talk about the gossip about the men's in Atlanta. I didn't know all of this was in here. I kid you not. No wonder why they said they're going to seal it. Damn, Tigger. You wrong for that. Yeah, they're in foster care. He had her arrested to get them kids. Baby, I ain't trying to make shit. You say you were really trying. How am I trying? The court document is here. See now, Bill, we not going to do that, Bill. The court document is here. You can go look it up yourself. How am I trying? I'm just reading it. I'm reacting. Golly. Bill said, I'm trying. Shit, I ain't the judge. I'm not the attorney. I'm just reading. I can't laugh, Bill. We can't laugh over here.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I can't even laugh. Let me get back to it. Bill saying, I'm trying. Okay. Respondent attempted to leave the state with the minor children. The party's 1-year-old son, as well as the respondent's 4-year-old daughter by another man, attended the school on Sunday, July 5th. Respondent emailed the school at 7:16 that Friday, July 10th, that will be the minor child's last day and requested all docs from both kids. See exhibit. However, on Monday, July 6th, respondent informed the office that she was moving out of the area, that July 6th was the child's last day. She abruptly withdrew the children early outside of the school's 45-day notice policy and took all of the children's items with her. As both parents are contacts on the children's files, petitioner was informed of this via email July 6, 2026 from the director of the Sandy Springs, Georgia Goddard School. See Exhibit B. Further, respondent provided no notice to the petitioner and the respondent sought no consent from petitioner directly or through counsel to withdraw the party's minor child. But hold on, you have to keep in mind that she wasn't served until July 10th about the divorce. So you guys haven't even had proper or formal divorce proceedings before you could talk about child custody, right? It's almost like catch me if you can. Moreover, respondents sought no order from this court to travel or remove the minor child from this court's jurisdiction. Now they're going to get into the arrest on July 6th. On July 6th, Alicia Brown learned that a warrant was issued July 1st for the respondents. On July 6th, Big Tigger learned that a warrant was issued July 1st for his wife for felony parental abduction of her daughter that has been missing for 7 years. He dropped a dime on her. This whole time you knew. You knew about the little girl. But when she pissed you off, you called it in. And then they let you know we got it. And they called you back on July 1st and said, okay, we were able to get that warrant for her arrest. Respondent's missing daughter did not live with the parties. Respondent was captured and arrested in Hart County, Georgia, after attempting to flee arrest, traveling northbound near the South Carolina line with the parties' minor children and her 4-year-old daughter in the vehicle with her. The U.S. Marshals, y'all, Baltimore Police Department, and other law enforcement were involved in searching for respondent's missing daughter and pursuing respondent for arrest. Respondent remains in custody and additional charges may be forthcoming regarding respondent's action involving the minor children who were present in the respondent's vehicle. She may do some time. Let me tell you why I say that. He's turned on her. And it seems like she may have known, right, wrong, or indifferent, where her daughter is. And tucked her daughter away. I don't know if she did or if the father did. But the point is, all parents knew. That's what it seems like. But now it seems like he's turned on her and he's taking all of the information to law enforcement and using it in his favor. Because the child is 17 now. I mean, it is what it is, whether she's in boarding school, whether she's with a family member or wherever. I don't know. But I know if he was truly concerned, he could have done it before now. Damn. Let's continue. The minor child and respondent's 4-year-old are in the custody of the Department of the Children and Family Services. See, that's why I can't even, I lost a lot of respect for him. You rather those kids go to foster care, sir? Damn. Now that hurt my heart. I didn't even know all that was in here. Child, I thought we was going to have some fun. You don't let no kids go to foster care, Tigger. Come on. Okay. Let me catch my breath. So on the evening of July 6th, petitioner received a number of profanity-laced texts from the respondent's other 13-year-old minor son, AB's phone that included, among other things, the fact that the respondent had been arrested. Oh, okay. Once petitioner was able to obtain information about the whereabouts of his minor child, Big Tigger was informed that his child and the respondent's other child were in the custody of the foster care system and that he would not be able to pick up his son. See, that's what your ass get. My grandmother said a smart nigga will always outsmart himself. You was trying to make a play that worked against both of you as parents. You were trying to make a play that worked against you and caused you to lose your damn son in a foster care system. Now, I don't know if the man has gotten his son back, but I know as of when this happened, those kids, that little bitty baby and that 4-year-old are in some damn stranger's house. Foster homes can be extremely unsafe. A lot of sexual molestation happens in foster homes. But you'd rather see your baby that can't talk go there and a little 4-year-old girl go be around a strange man and woman? Come on now. Come on, bruh. Okay, let's continue. So they said that when he had the lady locked up, y'all, this gets crazy. I don't know if I should be reading this stuff because I didn't know this much was in here. So he had his wife locked up. Then he got a number of profanity-laced texts from his stepson, who's 13 years old. And the stepson says, "That's why you can't see your son, bitch ass nigga." Y'all, let me take a break. Lord, have mercy.
I don't know none of these niggas. The thing is, in life, that's how it go with me. I don't know nothing about nothing. So,
Lord, have mercy. Petitioner does not believe AB sent those texts as the child. AB does not speak that way, and the texts appear to be drafted by an adult. As AB was not with one of the children when, hold on, it says, Tigger doesn't believe that the little boy that's 13-year-old really sent that. You better believe it, because teenagers can be a lot. Trust me. He says, oh, he doesn't speak that way. Kids will speak a lot of ways when you're not around. And he believes that the texts were drafted by an adult. As AB was not with one of the children with respondent when she was fleeing the police heading northbound, it is petitioner's belief that AB was with his grandmother, respondent's mother. Why you snitching? Why you snitching for them people to go pick up them kids and put them in foster care? Tigger. Mr. Tigger. A boy will curse your ass smooth the hell out behind his mama. Respondents sought to circumvent this court's authority and gain an unfair advantage in the divorce action by obtaining ex parte temporary protective order based on false allegations, despite 5 different officers investigating the incident. Here we go, y'all. These are court documents. On May 9th, respondent was injured. The wife was injured. Alicia Brown was injured after the parties fell to the floor when respondent damaged petitioner's property and took his phone. Here's the thing, Big Tigger. If she had died, you would be charged with murder. Y'all need to learn the law and keep your hands off of people. If she had tripped and fell and you had her in a bear hug and she bumped her head accidentally, you still would be charged with murder. That's it. That's why people say, keep your hands off me. Don't touch me. Keep long as you don't touch me. Because nobody wants to take the risk of finding out, fucking around and finding out what's going to happen after you choose to put your hands on them. That's why you're being charged with aggravated battery, which is a felony. It doesn't matter if it's an accident. They look at the chain of events. Had your hands not been on her, it would not have happened. All over a phone. All over what was in that phone. Remember that now. Look, all over this, baby. That wasn't just no phone. Allegedly this. Let me say allegedly. All over this. Okay? Some of y'all might fight over this. But anywho. So what Tigger is saying is that his wife was accidentally injured after the parties fell to the floor when the respondent damaged his property and took his phone. I'm going to tell you something that nobody else is going to tell you. Tigger, Darian, Morgan, you sound like an abuser, whether you know it or not. And some of you get to fly below the radar. And whether you put your hands on a woman or not, the fact of the matter is, if you like men and you did not disclose that, that's abusive. That's abusive to her womb. That's abusive to her life. That's abusive to her lifestyle. That's traumatizing. And it works both ways, okay? If you purchase a car for her and she's paying the car note, and you're now claiming that it's your car because you're not, and your name is on the contract, that's abusive, sir. That's abusive. And I'm going to tell you, when you said both parties fell to the floor when respondent damaged petitioner's property and took his phone, that's a man that refuses to accept accountability and responsibility for his part. Period. Now, you may get away with it. It may be dismissed, but the behavior is still within you. That sounds like an abuser. I only hit you because I only grabbed you because you made me do it. Y'all, that is abuse. And if you call an abuse hotline, they will tell you that. That's it. So what he goes on to say, and this is, listen, that petitioner, Big Tigger, transported the respondent to urgent care, which, as a mandatory reporter, reported the accident to authorities. You see how he's trying to minimize all responsibility and relinquish accountability? He said, no, the nurses and the doctors only call because they are a mandated reporter. Let me tell you something. There has to be something there to report. So don't play with us. Her face was disfigured, head split wide open. Y'all didn't just fall. I can wrestle with my husband and fall. My head ain't gonna be split open. And if it is, you best believe he threw my ass to the floor. You get what I'm saying? People's heads and don't just get busted open because they slipped and fell. Sir. Okay. And that's why the nurses and the doctors said, screw that. We don't give a damn. They knew who you was. They didn't give a damn about your celebrity presence, your persona. They saw a head split open all the way down to the eye. And they called the fucking police. That's it. That's all. And this is before they stitched it up down to the white meat. You sound like an abuser. Talking about, y'all, this isn't a court. They only did it because they're a mandated reporter. 3 days, three Sandy Springs officers came to urgent care, investigated the matter, spoke to the parties separately, and determined that the respondent's injuries were from an accident at the party's home. Additionally, respondent did not call the police from the petitioner's home where the accident occurred, did not report any violence against her had occurred when interviewed by police at urgent care, and did not change her statement until after the divorce was filed and there was no hope of reconciliation with petitioner, who is a well-known public radio host across the United States. Sir, the police affidavit says that she said it was an accident, but you knew it wasn't. I don't give a damn what she said. You knew it wasn't. You knew it wasn't, just like you knew where that little girl was. What's she supposed to say? You drove her there. That was a medical emergency. You took her in place of the ambulance. You said she did not report any violence. No, get me to the hospital. My head is split wide open. I'm gashed out. I'm bleeding out. I ain't got time if you gonna take me. Does anybody ever call the police while riding on the ambulance? I'll wait. And you took her to urgent care. But he's saying, you know what? She didn't call the police from the home. She didn't report any violence against me. She didn't tell the police I did something to her when they came to urgent care. She didn't change her statement until after I filed for divorce after injuring her a month later. Now you cold-hearted. You could have at least given it 90 days. Why would you go file for divorce 30 days later after injuring your wife's face accidentally or intentionally? That's cold-hearted to me. 2 says she answered and responded how an abused person would answer in front of their abuser, talking about they separated them. Thank you, LaShondra. If my head split open, take me to the hospital first. Shit, I ain't got time. Listen, go ahead and get me over there. Yeah, he drove her. That's psychological abuse. Talking about what she didn't call the ambulance. Because you driving her, you controlling the narrative. You controlling everything. You're showing up to make sure she says accident. Just like you stopped her from leaving that house and crossing that border. Just like you sat on the fact that you knew that little girl was missing until you was ready to tell your favor, until everything worked in your favor. Okay, Skiller, welcome back. Was that you acting a fool long time ago in my chat? You said, I don't get why women act like bi men can't be good husbands and fathers. Yes, we like men. I think that's the problem. So yes, we like men. Hold on, Skiller. I don't think the women that's saying no to a bi man is worried about you being a good husband and a father. I think you said it. Yes, we like men. You get what I'm saying? Can we be honest now? I'm not trying to be funny. I think for some women it's the yes, we like men. But we also honor our commitment to our wives and family. Okay, let's talk about it. Now you pulling me off topic. Be ye as one. How can we be ye as one and you tipping down to Devontae the body? You get what I'm saying? Be ye as one. But I'm going to come back to you because I want to stay on track. Let me see what the people are saying. Hold on. Skiller got me laughing. He's saying that she was just devastated. Oh, I'm going to lose Big Tigger. And because of that, I'm going to change my statement because he filed for divorce and there is no hope of reconciliation. But hold on. It says that you filed for divorce on June. I got to get back into the facts. I'm going to go back. You filed for divorce on July. So that's not true. Her video right here, do y'all say petitioner filed for divorce on July 11th? And respondent was served. This has to be a typo by his by Precious. Precious, you need to proofread your documents because you're saying two different things. It says petitioner filed for divorce on July 11th. And respondent was served on June 26th. That's impossible. Her video dropped on June 8th. Let's just say he filed, no, her video dropped on June 6th, I think. Let's just say he filed for divorce on June 9th. She still wouldn't have the foresight to know that you were filing for divorce. So this isn't true. If you're looking at the court documents, I think y'all need to go back and get your story together, you and your attorney, because y'all have some major clerical issues. Right here. All right. It must also be noted that on May 10th, 3 days, okay, the 3 police officers came. Okay. May 10th, he's saying 3 police officers came to the petitioner's home for a follow-up from the May 9th urgent care visit, reviewed a video of the accident, and did not arrest petitioner. You just said right here, petitioner who is a well-known public radio host across the United States. I'm sure the good old boys hesitated, and even if they believed the detailed account of what she was saying wasn't true, hey, that's what she's saying. We're going to go with it. You get what I'm saying, y'all? The officers were just doing their job. They did not go the extra mile, because the extra mile would be, nigga, you lying. All right, we see the video. We're going to go with that. And if that's true, Big Tigger, why did they come back and arrest you? That's all I'm asking. If it were indeed truly an accident, they should have no basis to arrest you. I'm telling you, somebody failed to do their job the first time, sir, because you are a well-known public radio host across the United States. You said it. That's why your ass got away with it, like many other folks, men and women that are well-known across the United States. On June 5th, respondent posted the injury she sustained on May 9th on social media with text that stated to ask her husband what happened to her, would handle a petitioner's co-host included with the statement. The post went viral due to the petitioner's celebrity status as the host of his own radio show, The Big Tigger Show, on V103, and his paid affiliations with well-known brands in the sports, beverage, law firm marketing, and entertainment industries. Respondent then retaliated further by going to the police station and changing her statements via second police report on June 8th. In a concerted effort to get petitioner arrested. There was no pending investigation prior to the respondent going to the police station 1 month later, as the matter had been closed. But you still did it. You see what I'm saying? You didn't file for divorce until she posted her video. It's actually the other way around. You retaliated against her for leaking the video, if we're looking at the dates correctly. Now, your attorney got caught slipping. Your attorney got caught slipping. Because what she's saying is contradicting when you filed. There's no way your wife would know. That's all I'm saying. So he's saying she finally told the truth. She changed her statement to say it was an accident to, let me tell you what really happened. My husband caused me injury. He's saying because she told the truth that she's retaliating against him. And I hate the fact that he's using the words like celebrity status. As if celebrities, and they do, but I'm glad he's pointing it out. And I'm glad that his attorney is pointing it out, that celebrities do get prioritization, that celebrities do receive favor. And it's so indoctrinated in his brain and his demeanor that they have the audacity to put it in the court documents. That his wife should be ashamed of herself because he's a big time celebrity. Like, who the fuck are you? You're not the prize. And that's the problem with today's world. Let's step outside of Big Tigger real quick. A lot of these men think that they are the prize, and a lot of you should just be happy to be with somebody like them. How you hype yourself up that much in a domestic criminal case? Okay. So he doesn't like the fact that she went back to the police station and changed her statement. Petitioner. Oh, here we go. On June 20th, petitioner was arrested, him, for aggravated assault with an additional charge of child cruelty, as respondent's second statement falsely added that her 13-year-old son, AB, was present in the home and could hear or see what happened. Tigger, if it happened, it happened. If it happened, it happened. If the child was in the house, the child was in the house. Y'all, you can't expect somebody to hold you down while their face. That's hard. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. So now I gotta lie until this shit heal up and say I accidentally fell. My head split wide open. You say the lady make a lot of money. I gotta go to work and think of a lie. Because I'm the woman in this relationship. I'm the one that's considered the black sheep. And he's the one that everybody loves. He's the one with secrets. But I got to bear the responsibility and make sure that he's good, even if I'm not. And if I change my mind and say, I don't want to play this game, now I'm retaliating. Okay. Tigger is denying all charges and made public statements regarding the same, denying the charges. But here's where you're going to get jacked up, because we got the receipts, Tigger, of UMV 103, coordinating communication, telling her what she should say in order to get you reinstated at V103. Let me see if I still have those receipts. I thought I had them right here. Let me see. Let's see. You did that. Hold on, y'all. That's the problem. You're not innocent. And sometimes, y'all, we worship these men and we worship these women where they believe their own lies because they can get people to withdraw charges, change your statement, say I didn't rape you. I'm not saying in this case. They can get these people to say anything, and the pressure is deep. The pressure is thick. Say this, recant, say that you did it and you were lying. And it was whatever it was. But I need you to make this go away. And people often do. I lied. He didn't touch me. And the whole time they did. But they have a bigger platform, more visibility, more money, more marketable presence, right? Y'all love them. Y'all kill people like that who know they're telling the truth, but nobody believes them. Let me see if I can find. I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Boom. Right here. This is Big Tigger allegedly in the blues, speaking to at the bottom of the box, speaking to somebody from V103. He says, thank you. They hearted it. And then it responds, anything for you, fam, allegedly. And then it goes on to say the biggest thing is she has to retract and apologize ASAP. Make it clear that she was highly emotional and those posts were done out of blind passion, not facts. Share deep regret for making untrue accusations. And then you can see the top, her sending him drafts or what appears to be drafts. Wait a minute. And then this alleged text, she's saying, is this okay? He gives it a thumbs up, allegedly. And he says, please send to Rick Caffey and Paul Diaz at odyssey.com and CC me. She said, which email you want me to send it to? Big Tig. And then, thank you. Please let me know when you send it. I'll be home, honey. I'll be home soon, honey. So you get to do something like that, injure a woman, and then instruct her. You and your homeboys on what to say and how to say it. And then a month later, take your black ass down to the courthouse and file a fucking divorce. Okay. I'm just sharing the receipts, okay? So he's saying he didn't even know the son was even in the house upstairs until weeks later. Doesn't matter. That's why you control yourself. That means you're a different person depending on who's around, right? Y'all better stop worshiping these men and these women that are celebrities. So that means had you known the little boy was in the house, you would have operated differently. You didn't know he was there when you was body slamming his mom against the door, quote unquote, accidentally. And that's probably why he said that's why you can't see your son. You bitch ass nigga. I'm just saying. That's it. That's all. Therefore, per court filings on June 24, 2026, respondent filed for a temporary protective order wherein she falsely alleged, among other things, that the petitioner was arrested May 9th, when in fact petitioner was arrested 44 days after May 9th. Okay, so that's a typo. Both of y'all got typos. You have a typo in your motion and she had one in hers. That's it. To date, petitioner has not been served with the TPO action filed by the respondent, and this appears to be another successful attempt by respondent for a salacious viral moment. That's because his homeboy works for the sheriff, allegedly, and the sheriff would be responsible for serving the temporary protective order. That's why he hadn't received it, because we can make it go away if we can sit on it for 30 to 40 days. That's it. Come on. To avoid any confusion, for the record, respondent is the mother of 4 children, of which only one is the minor 1-year-old son she shares with respondent. Respondent named her 4-year-old AB, which has the same name of her. Respondent named her 4-year-old AB, which has the same name of her missing daughter. Oh, I don't know what the hell is going on in Big Tigger's house. Desira Gilbert, thank you for the 5-piece in the paper. You said, come on, guys, let's support Queen Shiba. She's giving us the breakdown in black and white. Thank you, Desira. I appreciate you, girl. I'm trying, child. They not used to that. On June 8th, 2026, respondent email petitioner's employer stating, I want to state clearly and unequivocally that my husband is not an abuser and has never abused me. During an emotional and deeply personal disagreement, I made the decision. Okay, we got that. We have the email. Actually, here it is. I think this is it. We went over the email here. I do believe we have a copy of the email. Yes, we know that she sent the email, but we also know that you guys directed her to send it, Tigger. Y'all, the dirty games they play, these celebrities. They'll harass the hell out of you to withdraw your statement, recant your statement, and then have the nerve after he coached her to do all of that.
Good morning, Atlanta. I'm
Came out and made a public statement.
extremely privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally,
I get it. Political play. You work for V103, Odyssey, Entertainment, whatever media. You got to say something. But in order for you to say something, hey, we got to make sure she's on board. You get her on board, Paul or whomever else allegedly tell you exactly legally what the language has to include. You get her to do that, right? Right, wrong, or indifferent. She complies. She does it. They said, now, Tigger, now you can go and say your part. You did. But where you lost me is you said it never happened. It did happen. We saw it on the camera.
It's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week. I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I've asked for grace, privacy.
And that's when you should have apologized to your wife. I think that's where you lost people. When you extended your grace in your heart to Francesca and you still had malice and disdain for the woman that you fathered a child with, the woman that you asked to be your forever, period, point blank. And that's when you start to separate the boys from the men. That's when you start to see that something in the milk ain't clean and maybe this ain't who we think it is. That's all I'm saying. If you would have included your wife in that apology, and you were trying to nail her to the cross, you would have done it. You would have been able to get away with it in that moment, if you ask me. But your pride and your ego got the best of you, just like it does for any other man that's apparently and allegedly a DL man who really likes men, but use women for cover and safety like an umbrella. I am going to say this. I don't think anything that's happening to you toward you has anything to do with the woman that you're marrying. I think the lifestyle that you're living has brought all of this to the forefront. That's it. That's all. I think you were good before you got married, but it has nothing to do with the woman that you marry. It has everything to do with the covenant that you took.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching on.
That's all I'm saying. And when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, even in the spiritual realm. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Brooklyn said she is a liar. She might be, but so is he. You get what I'm saying, Brooklyn? That's all I'm saying. Ayana says even Diddy's apology was more even Diddy was more sincere in his apology. Listen. Ooh, this is a lot. Anywho, let's go back to this and we're done. So he's just basically making sure his attorney is doing a really good job of making sure that he touched every point to restore his credibility, his reputation, and also his workplace position probably. She's calling to attention that the wife did send an email stating that her husband was innocent. They say respondent's entire June 8 email to petitioner's employer in which she copied the petitioner therein is attached as Exhibit C with a total of 6 paragraphs therein and an apology for any confusion, concern. And this is the part that I don't like, and it has nothing to do with Big Tigger. It has nothing to do with his wife. The nasty games that people will play with you, even if it means sacrificing you when they know they did something to you. Even if they know they did it, but because of who they are. And they don't have to be a celebrity. It could be somebody in your family. You see what I'm saying? That everybody wants to protect more than you as a victim. That you have to carry something with you for the rest of your life that fucks you up for the rest of your life, from childhood, whether it's adulthood, everybody turning a blind eye because that's Uncle Ray Ray, or that's your grandpa, or that's your mama, and you only got one mama. This is traumatizing. I don't care who she is in this court, but this happens all the time where people really harm you and say, no, I did. No, I did. Make you say, even in situations where we're talking kids, make you say you liar. And you know they did what you did. This is nasty work. And then it says on June 12th, 2026, the respondent made a public statement to a blogger that she never called her husband an abuser and that social media drew its own conclusions. On June 25th, respondent released statement that went viral to a blogger that she takes full responsibility for posting the video of her face. She can post the video of her face because it happened. Where are you going with it? And it seems like, y'all, I don't like these who's of Atlanta, of Hollywood, or whatever. They want y'all to sit down and shut your ass up if and when something happens to you. She can post a video of her face. It's her face. Through another social media respondent publicly accused petitioner of having an affair with his new co-host of his show, who started working with him in late April with an official on-air date of May 11th. 2026. Respondent also demanded that the petitioner not work with his new co-host and refused to accept petitioner's denial that he had not committed adultery with his new co-host. Despite having no evidence of adultery with the co-host, petitioner began a slur campaign on social media that also went viral, accusing petitioner and the co-host of having an affair. Now, this is the part where they're setting her up to go up against Francesca. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's wrong. But I'm saying when motherfuckers decide they don't like you and they're going to take you down, they're going to take you down. And this is very clever on the behalf of legal documentation. Let me get it in my court case, Francesca, and then you can reference my case to supplement and support your case against her. That's it. I don't think Big Tigger ever loved this woman. I think she was something to use as a beard. And as a result, here we are. Here we are. This is cold-hearted. And they ain't even been married a year, y'all. They married October 18th, 2025. Okay? Most men aren't going to give you that amount of detail in a divorce decree. They just not going to do it. It's too gossipy. Most men say, I got to let my nuts hang, bro. I can't put all that in there. And not because I love her, not because I hate her, because I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not saying he should protect her or not. I'm just telling you what most men will do. They're not going to give you that level of detail. They will say, take that out. Well, she did it. Yeah, but I don't want that in there. I don't want that in there. Can everybody see that? Yeah. Ask him. Ask a straight man. Oh, there we go. We got one. Right. Thank you, Mr. Calbone. Most men are going to say, Hey, wait a minute now. I can't have them all in my business. Just say that she lied on me. Shit, I want my truck. Get her ass out the house. And yeah, make her pay for my court fees. That's about it. The same stuff that you and I get in the house, huh? What happened? Oh, I just told you. What's the detail? Oh, well, I went to the store and I saw a snake. Where in the front yard? Where in the front yard? You can barely get that amount of details out of a man. You think I'm lying. That's too much. Most men wouldn't do it. The real Miss Jones said he just wants to be done with her. Oh, absolutely. But I'm throwing down something else that I hope you picking up on. This is the same man in the video where that little boy is saying, stop, stop, stop. This is a man that can't control himself. This is a very, I'm going to say it, Tigger, you sassy. Now you in it. Now you gossiping. You gossiping. Even if your attorney is a woman, I'm just telling you that most men, they got a little, take that out. Just in case my homeboys see all that now. Take out the foster care part. Hell no, don't put that in there. Shit. I don't want my homeboys to think I'm a fucking deadbeat. Take that out. Oh no, we gotta put that. Oh no, hold on. Let's just wait a minute. Let me pick up the kids first. What can we figure out? Y'all don't get that? Most men would be embarrassed to put in a court document if they are really who they say they are, to let the world know that they got their kids put in foster care. Wait a minute, hold on. You know what? Let her go. And not saying he should, but most of them, that's why a lot of men hesitate to take women to court for child custody. Oh, he a deadbeat. It's too much for them. The details, the disclosure, it's too much. They can't handle it. Y'all, are you following me? I'm trying to bring y'all up to speed. That men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And Tigger is from Venus, allegedly. Now, he did that. But as we're getting deeper into the motion and the details of the court case, now, he may have this shit sealed. Y'all may not be able to get this by tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Because, bro, you just played yourself. How in the hell you get your wife arrested only for them people to take 2 Black children to foster care? There is a rapper that came across Instagram, social media. I don't know his name, but he said, my family is threatening to disown me if I don't go down to the police station and tell them about my baby mamas taking the kids out the car. He said, I'm not going to do it. And everybody's saying it's about the children, but he couldn't do it. They got into a tiff. The baby mamas came, worked together, took the kids out the car, put them in their car, went their separate ways. He refused to turn them in. He refused to testify. Maybe it's easier said than done. I may have to figure out some shit before I let my kids go to foster care. That's just me personally. You know, if she a bitch, I might have to deal with this bitch for 6 months, 3 months until I get her ass in a court case. But to drop a bolo on my kids and they in foster care and I don't want that shit to get out in addition to what's in my phone, bruh, you making yourself look bad. No, most people can't. They're going to say, nah, well, you go get them. Nah, let me figure out something. Let me figure out something. At least I know they're going to be good over there. I don't like her, but I know she going to, okay, hold on. Let me figure out something. That's all I'm saying. But ain't no fucking way. And you know, it's hard for them to find placement for Black kids. So a lot of these Black kids have to go to these families, and we're starting to see these white people in these rural areas torturing these kids. I'm not saying that the kids are in danger, but more and more we're starting to see what's happening on social media to these little Black kids that are being put in foster care. And yeah, I'm kind of disappointed on the behalf of the kids. Now you can do what you want to do, Tigger, Alicia. But Tigger, did you think it through when you had like the marshals and all of them to swarm her with the kids in the car? Did you ever consider, wait a minute, they gonna fucking put my kids in foster care? You had already filed for divorce. That means you don't want to be with her. She's moving out. You know where she's headed. Just like you were able to track her down at the border. I don't understand, y'all. Somebody make it make sense. Then they mentioned Francesca's lawsuit against the wife for defamation. This is a mess. So it sounds like a lot of people are pissed off at the wife and they're working together, right? And I understand people working together. You know, you piss somebody off. Hey, she pissed you. He pissed you. Yeah, let's get it. Okay. But to this extent, it leads me to believe, Tigger, that she got a lot on you. And you're trying to make sure you shut her up. You trying to make sure that you discredit the hell out of this lady. We ain't never seen no man go to this lengths, especially when a woman's leaving. He said petitioner arranged to pick up his property with police presence on June 22nd, 2026, right here. Petitioner arrived at petitioner's home with 2 Fulton County Sheriff's deputies. Despite the same, respondent refused to open the door and contacted Sandy Spring Police Department, which sent 2 police officers to petitioner's home. I think that's because the streets say that you're really good friends with the sheriff. I would have done the same. I don't trust who you coming with, especially if they're your homeboys. Let me make a call and get that shit documented. Because your homeboys already then saw me in a hospital and walked off. So let me go ahead and put in my call to dispatch so we got this documented. Because what y'all not finna do is play with me off record, period. I'm not going to trust you. I'm not going to trust your homeboy. Get me 2 boys over here. Get me 2 boys over here. They got them body cams on. Until then, I am not opening the door for nobody.
FBI, open up! FBI, open up! FBI, open up!
Yeah, that's how women get got. You can't trust nobody when you're going through something like that. You can't trust nobody when they got the hookup and the connections with law enforcement. Hell no, I'm finna put it on record. Why you calling? They say it's 2 police. 2 police. He know. I don't know them. I don't know them. You ain't finna turn off your damn camera on me. It's gonna be 4 of y'all here. 2 off duty and 2 on. Period. That's it. Yeah. Smart woman, if you ask me. And yeah, let's go ahead and do it right now. Brooklyn, but not open the damn door. I'm not. So he brought 2. Sounds like in a court paper. Didn't give her a heads up. They say she looked out the window and say, "Oh hell no, I'm gonna call the police on the police." Shit, because cops can be crooked too. Quit playing.
Bruh.
She called the police on the police. Now we got 4 law enforcement officers present. Respondent interfered with petitioner's retrieval of his property by going into his home studio, removing and hiding his laptop elsewhere in the Christmas decorations. I would have too if it's some on there I won't. Now, let's not act like we're not petty in divorces or whatever. When asked by law enforcement for the computer, respondent lied and did not produce the laptop until video footage of her actions removing petitioner's property was shown to law enforcement. I told y'all, didn't I tell you he had access to everything in that house? The cameras, the passwords, and everything. She controls nothing. He watches everything she does. That's why the lady had to file the what is it called? The temporary protection order. And the judge said, "You gonna give this over to her." That's how he knew that she hid the laptop. You said you did. I did. I said, there's another court document where the judge ordered him to hand over passwords, surveillance, digital stuff. Tigger is not who he is on air. That's not the perception that I'm getting by reading the documents. Where a judge has to intervene just to get you to restore psychological safety in a household. That's running water, access to electricity, food. That's the bare necessities, y'all, that all human beings deserve. Shit, people go to a homeless shelter just to be able to get those items. When the weather is inclement in different cities and states, you have vans and public people that come and scoop up the homeless to make sure that they are not out in the elements. And he wanted to introduce that level of psychological trauma after the physical trauma. And the judge said, you can't do that. There's kids and animals in that house. That man, well, let me be quiet. So she hid his laptop. I guess she was trying to see what his ass was up to. And according to him watching her, she hid it in the Christmas decorations. Now, that was that same laptop that she went to unplug on that video where there's a physical altercation. You remember that? And he fought. First, they were fighting over the phone on that Ring camera. He got the phone away from her. She walks away and goes down to the basement. He follows her. Tigger, I don't know what you got going on your devices, but I know men are visual creatures. And whatever it is, it's something that you probably want to look at over and over and over again.
Bruh. Bruh.
But you're going to have to figure out a way to store it elsewhere. Now, let me tell you how this works. When you take law enforcement to your house, what he was trying to do was ambush the lady, right? Where it's not organized. When you take law enforcement because of safety concerns, and everybody should use it if you don't feel safe, whether you're a man or a woman, you only get a brief amount of time. They're not going to play with you and let you sit here all day and pack up. You get maybe 5 minutes. So with the petitioner only having a brief period of time to retrieve some clothing and other items, why am I laughing? Because this is a Lifetime movie and I didn't know all this shit was in these court documents. Petitioner fears that the respondent may have removed, damaged, hid, or destroyed his personal property, which includes his home studio, clothing, a shoe collection valued at $250,000 that he has amassed in his 30-year career in entertainment, collectibles, furnishings, sentimental items, and the home itself that was purchased in 2018. Well, respondents damaged the respondent. Now he's claiming that she damaged the petitioner's premarital property. Video footage on different days commencing June 20th, 2026 from cameras outside the petitioner's house show respondent damaging the Ring cameras by hitting them until the cameras stopped functioning. A total of 12 cameras owned by petitioner prior to the marriage were damaged and likely destroyed as a result of the respondent's violent acts of hitting them until they stopped functioning, with one disturbing video of respondent climbing out of the sunroof of her SUV with her 4-year-old present inside, hitting one camera at the gate of the petitioner's home until it goes offline. Initially, petitioner counted the number as a total of 10 cameras, but in fact, total are 12 cameras that the respondent damaged and likely destroyed due to her violent behavior and disregard of expensive premarital property. Now, my thing is this. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Well, you know what? I'm not going to ask. Never mind. You said, did she ever sign an NDA? I don't think you can force that upon a spouse in a marriage. She's his wife, right? Not a girlfriend. I don't even know if that's legal. But I don't think so. I could be wrong though. Petitioner filed a warrant application and affidavit with the Magistrate Court of Fulton County on June 26, 2026 under case number. Damn, how many case numbers do y'all have? Petitioner fears that additional damage to his premarital home and other premarital property awaits him at his premarital home and may continue if and when respondent is released from custody and allowed to return to the petitioner's home. Well, they can't. Here's the thing. They can't deem her or put her in a position worse than what she was when she was locked up. She has to have a home to come home to. This is where you have to be careful who you marry, man or woman. When somebody wants to see you treated like an animal to the point where you don't have a home, you don't have anything, it makes you question, who in the hell have I been laying next to? right? It don't matter if it's Big Tigger. I'm just saying in general, man or woman. Damn, you want to see me down bad. You praying on my downfall like that? For real, for real. You don't want me to have access to nothing when I come out. That's y'all, that's two in one of the, like, if you say the lady's a bad person, so is he. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You said, please ask. Well, you're going to have to observe. You can't really ask. Roger, what you have to do to figure out who people are, they going to lie. Because people lie, nah, I would never do that. Just start watching TV with them and putting on scenarios like that. And they be like, hell yeah, you got to get the hell up out my house. Shoot. That's when you be like, wait a minute. Got it. All right. Okay, here's the dog. Respondents' action regarding petitioner's dog. On June 22nd, 2026, I don't know what this is about to say. Respondent, in the presence of law enforcement, agreed that the petitioner could send his dog's trainer to petitioner's home to retrieve the dog and board the dog the following day with an agreed upon time between 11 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. The trainer arrived 15 minutes early. Despite this agreement, respondent failed to open the door during the agreed upon time period, did not allow the trainer to get the dog and remove the dog from the home, as the air tag on the dog's collar still pinged that the dog was in the petitioner's home. Petitioner's dog, Max, is highly trained and familiar with the trainer, and the trainer's assistant, who knocked at 2 separate doors, called out for the dog, and remained on site for over 45 minutes trying to pick up the dog as agreed and pursuant to costs petitioner paid for the dog to be picked up. Damn. Now y'all can't do the dog like that. Hold on, y'all. This is damn. The dog didn't caught it straight. Listen, hold on.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing? What the dog?
Now hold on. Y'all gonna have to figure out something for Max, or I'm gonna have to get involved. Petitioner's dog, Max, was missing with an ear tag that did not move from petitioner's home for several days. Max was missing for 4 days. Respondent did not respond to repeated calls and texts from the trainer regarding Max, which was microchipped. The trainer searched animal control resources and reported to petitioner that Max had been picked up. What? That Max had been picked up by the Fulton County Dog and Identified. Hold on. I'm glad Max is safe. I cannot do this. I gotta go. Oh, wait a minute now. This is crazy. That is wild. Max, I am glad that you are safe. Come on, y'all. Oh no. Listen. I probably should have went through these damn documents before I got on this live. Max is safe though. Whew, everybody went to foster care, huh? Whew, at least they picked Max up. Hold on. Hold on, Thames. Thames say, I truly see why some people stay to themselves. Whoosh. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Somebody said that's fucked up. They got him. I don't have to go get Max. They got him. They found him. Max is back. The kids in foster care, the dog was picked up, baby. Listen. Nah, Max, for real. Max did not deserve that. Period. Daphne, don't laugh. This is not funny. You saying I am screaming. Next time I'm gonna have to comb through these documents beforehand. So the trainer searched animal control and reported that Max had been picked up by the dog pound. He was retrieved from the dog pound by the trainer, who took pictures of Max. And oh my God. Oh, no, I ain't gonna read that part. Okay. Okay. Petitioner did not send anyone else to pick up the dog, and petitioner suffered emotional distress regarding his missing dog and from the condition in which Max was found. What kind of dog is Max? Oh, okay, Max is coming back up again. Hold on. Wait, let me get it together. Hold on. What kind of dog is Max? But okay. I may have to close these documents out because you got a lot. Petitioner needs access to his home studio to work and to care for his son if the court grants him temporary custody. You know what? I agree. I agree. If the mama's in jail and if they go and pick the kids up from foster care, yeah, let's get them back in their home as soon as possible, and get them back around Max and everybody can hold on. Max is gonna need a little bit of therapy. He is. Oh, he a chow chow? You lying. Max is a chow chow? Okay. So, hold on. Ooh. Now, y'all know damn well y'all didn't have to torment Max like that. Petitioner's home has a custom home studio that he needs to work in and all of that, right? And produce content and earn income. Petitioner has been off the air since being wrongly arrested and needs exclusive access to his premarital home and home studio to earn income and work, especially considering he pays all the bills at his home. Okay, that's fair, especially if the wife is incarcerated. Only if you get the kids back in there, right? And Max. Most importantly, petitioner also needs exclusive rights, access, and a possession of the petitioner's home for the care of the minor child, especially after being present in the vehicle with respondent when she was arrested, abruptly taken out of school, and not had any contact, love, and affection from his father, who was instrumental in his care and involved with everything from school pickups, feeding and bathing his son, taking his son to healthcare providers, and spending quality time teaching and loving his son. Additionally, petitioner having exclusive access would alleviate the expenses he is incurring for living outside of his home and the boarding expenses associated with his dog Max, who would be brought back to the petitioner's home. Um, Let me think. That's a lot. Prior to being arrested, petitioner went to a hotel due for several days to get away from respondent due to the vitality and the unpredictability of respondent at petitioner's home, where her and the respondent had agreed were sharing equal custody of the minor child. The parties via text had agreed to an alternating 2-week custodial schedule involving the minor child. Upon respondent complaining that she did not want the party's nanny to be at the hotel while petitioner went to work. That's true. Prior to school opening, petitioner shared the location of the hotel with the respondent, who thereafter told police where to arrest petitioner. This is a lot. I'm not going to keep reading. This is a lot. We're only on page 13. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. So technically, let me just say this to y'all. When you have a child together and you part ways, you say, keep going. Girl, it's a lot. I think I'm tired. This is a lot. I mean, from the dog to the cat to it's messy. Hell, I see why a lot of women say, because 52% of women are choosing not to have children. And I think it was more women are choosing to be single. If whatever you got in your phone makes you hard and makes you want something outside of me, baby, stay single. We ain't have to do all this. This would have never came to a head outside of what's in that phone. Alicia would have had to deal with her missing child, and Tigger would have still been on the air. It's not the fact that they got married, it's the fact that whatever's on that phone was coming in between the marriage. Because we know they came together in spite of her having a child that went missing in foster care. That wasn't enough to stop him from marrying her. But whatever's in that phone. And that's when you say, shit, stay single. You go your way, I go mine. We hook up every now and then. You know my situation about my child, my daughter that's been missing for 7 years, but we ain't got to get married to do all of this and hustle and wrestle and tussle over a damn phone. I did. Kiara, I said, I think I'm tired. Yeah, I'm not reading no more of this. I didn't know this had all this, Tigger. Now, it seems like V103 hasn't really taken a powerful position because it says from blogs to television to print media, stories and posts regarding respondents' false allegations and her comments to posts have been viral for weeks across the United States, along with media about her missing child. To date, one brand has chosen to disassociate itself with the petitioner until this matter is resolved. Such disassociation has caused petitioner a loss of income, and petitioner fears that other brands could follow. Well, I mean, why are you putting this in your court document where they could all read it? Oh, because it's going to be under gag or sealed in a minute. Well, we got it, and we got it first. That's it. That's all. Damn. It's a lot. I'm not going to read it all. It's a lot. That's it. That's all. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the show and the new update on Big Tigger and all sides of the story. We've covered Alicia Brown. We've covered her missing daughter. We've covered the baby's father. We covered from A to Z. We touched on Big Tigger before in his apology, right? But we've never covered him in great detail. And that's what we do over here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Queen Shiba. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.